to complete adjustment of focus and sound level before the film.
Are you fucking kidding me? See if that's even live. Done. Save. What's going on? What's going on? All right, live chat. Hang tight for just a second here. Nope. All right, it's going to be a quick market update for you. Give me just a second here. I got something. I don't know why this is all wonky in the background. Having some weirdness here. Thanks for showing up real quick. Just want to give a chance for so just if you don't know already, I'm trying to take this week off and part of last week. Some of you know, some of you don't know. It seems like well, all content hold potentially. Just a second here. So I have a bunch of stuff going on in the background for any duration. Save. Okay. So I got a bunch of stuff going on in the background that has to do with the website, attorneys, and all kinds of other nonsense that I must attend to during the daytime. It's been taking place since last Thursday, but it's all good. But I need to do a market update with you guys for a bunch of reasons here. I just want to go through. I made a post on Twitter today for you. By the way, first of all, thanks for being here, whoever's here. If anyone else shows up or people can see this video later. I have to keep it short though. I can't put a live stream up right now. I'm gonna attempt to run a live stream tomorrow while I work in the background. It's hard for me to work. I have a lot of technical stuff I have to do while trying to run the live stream as well. And it doesn't, my other setup is not large enough to run everything like in the background while I'm doing my work here in the office. So I think I can, but I'm not positive. My attempts so far have failed. But I'm going to attempt to fix it by tomorrow. I've run 2 or 3 setups. I don't even know if you can see them here, but maybe you can't see them on camera. But at any rate, it's hard to run this kind of stuff. For what you guys see and what's in the background, it's completely different. So I've had a challenge trying to do a live stream like a separate rig, and I'm hoping I can have a second rig up and running for you tomorrow for the rest of the week at least, so you guys can have community and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, this is important for the close today. We're gonna look at a few things here. I need to get to the meat of this because I know we're getting close to the close. It's a big ER week, right? We had OPEX last week, and we have end of month coming this week. So you have end of month coming. We had OPEX last week. There was a lot of like chatter out there last week that kind of pissed me off about a window of weakness, and we didn't get that window of weakness this week, did we? This hasn't shown itself into the end of last week. I guess if you wanted to, you could say that this is the window of weakness here. But you can't be at 416 and be trading 413 on the open this morning, trading 413.59. I believe this is Monday. Excuse me, on the 20th on Friday. The same thing here, right? On the 19th, it's just you just hear nonstop. And I think part of this, when I get crispy myself, it's just nonstop garbage all the time. And it never seems to end. the nonstop garbage. If any of you guys have any idea what's going on with the JPM collar, there's no reason for this window of weakness due to the options market being untethered at this point or any of that kind of shit. No way, shape, or form. And if anything, we're high enough now and into end of month. The pin into end of month should be higher. And not only that, into early May should be higher. There's no reason for us not to be there. We didn't get our crash last week in our moment of weakness. 30 points isn't enough for me. I don't want to hear 30 points is the end of the world. Or renegotiating the bottom. That's another one. I was reading something else over the weekend that burned my ass, and it was someone saying like the great short was coming. And I was like, well, what to wear? And they were like 380, and I was like, it's not the great short. You can't, there's no renegotiating what the fucking bottom is for me at this point. Nothing says we're going down to 3,000 or anything like that. Nor does the JPM collar. We're kind of still tracking that high target on the JPM collar. Now, we're going to look at a couple things we have to talk about. Okay, so I need you to like get a notepad out there and just write this shit down. So let's just start with trend. I don't know why we have to continue to go over this. This is October. The trend is up. Nothing has disproved trend going up. Nothing. Trend is up. We've talked ad nauseum about the separation and death of vol. And you can actually see that playing out right now. In general, remember the moment of weakness, right? I actually saved that. And you can actually see right here that this is the death of vol here. It's the normalization of markets, trading above the daily, the weekly, the monthly. We're still trading the hourly. Now, even with that said, right, there has to be something said for that bears should look at and bulls should look at here. That is important. I can't discount a bear here, but I do have to show you here that just looking at this chart, it's a 30-minute chart right now on SPX, okay? And we should have some weakness. You can actually see we follow these trends up, right? We follow these trends down. We follow these trends up. And we should have some down as well into May and June, okay? So for where we are right here, right now, can we go down into May and June? Yes. And can a clock be right once every fucking 3 months? Yeah, eventually. But does it make it today? Does it make it this week while we're having ER season? While we have the largest fucking reports coming out this week? And the answer to that is no. Even if we sell into it, this is the thing too. We talked about this last week, which was you can see more weakness in tech, but you still have the S&P 500 includes 15,000 tickers. That is not the 4 tickers like Microsoft, Apple, and whatever. And that shows in the S&P 500 should have less vol. These 4 tickers, believe it or not, shockingly, you might think that they are the only ones that hold up the S&P 500, but they are not. And they did overperform the S&P 500. The S&P 500 didn't actually go up to retest all-time highs like Apple did. There, believe it or not, there's a whole other part of this market that trades separately from those 4 tickers. And so even in here, I want to show you some things in here. It is nothing for us to go up into early May on good reports, and even just the ramp up into ERs that are coming up, where you might see more downside in tech specifically. You're not necessarily going to see it in the S&P 500 just yet. Okay, so be wary. My point here is, even though we're on the high side here, to be wary. There was a lot of talk last week of a moment of weakness, like we're going to start fucking crashing this week, right? We're going to the depths of hell and all that kind of nonsense. Follow my cursor down there. And that has not happened yet. Has not happened yet. So just temper your your expectations here if you're a bear and a bull. Furthermore, this leads to squeezing that can take place over the next couple weeks here. Now this is April 24th, and we're not even into the first week of May yet. So we've got like 10 sessions somewhere in there. And you can see that sellers are already trying to sell this market above. There is some good notes for the bears. We are trading below the hourly trigger. They are trying to sell it down here. And we are still in positive gamma. So we have support down below. This is why we're not crashing. We're still in positive gamma. It means from the GEX side that dealers are still buying this market, okay? And they can squeeze this up, not forever, but at least over the next 10 sessions. And as long as we stay above certain prices, key point here would be this 408371, where we currently are now. And even though the hourly is rolling over or consolidating or even distributing, we've had great success trading off of this yellow line, this daily trigger down below, currently sitting at 408. Now I want to show you something here. This is Algo McAgo face number fucking 2. And this has a lead. This also has a leading edge, predictive quality to it that shows that the highs are not in yet. And this actually kind of tracks. It's kind of showing the JPM model that we're not done with highs yet. If you look here on May 5th, it shows that we can squeeze higher, right? Shows that we can get one more bump off of this daily trigger down here, right? And squeeze, believe it or not, higher. That's 4,300 above. And then you have your weakness into May over here, right? This is your weakness into May. Nice couple dips to be bought in May. Heading into June, and then more weakness here into early June, and then we get a run into July above here. This actually starts to make more sense to me. This actually looks like a lot like, now you can't, this isn't going to, if we break trend at any point, and we're going to revert, we're going to come back to this at some point. If trend is broken, sure, this gets nullified over here. All this gets nullified if we break trend, right? If we end up at any point breaking trend, this algorithm will reset itself and say, yeah, we're going down to the depths of hell. But we haven't broken that yet. And not furthermore, this kind of tracks and some kind of an expectation for the month of April, May, and June into the end of June. And here's June 14th, June 15th. We'll look at those GEX numbers down below. Not the GEX numbers, excuse me, those JPM collar numbers down below. But as we know right now, there's nothing that's been broken here. There's no structure that's been broken. And you should be looking to buy higher lows over time in May and in June for continuation higher into July. Unless that shit's broken, unless we start getting new lows on actual trend, we know it's 3803.28 right now. As long as we don't break that new low, trend is to the upside. Nothing has changed here. There's nothing for us to squeeze up and into to print a bunch of crap into end of month and even that first week of May. And then we sell May, right? Come back and try to buy into the summer. Here's your actual moment of weakness, right? And even your moment of weakness that you have in here it's not like a moment of weakness like it's 3,600 and then it's 3,000 or 3,200, whatever the fuck it is. These guys are out there craziness they're talking about. Where I don't know, like the fucking the options market, no one's buying calls. There's actual real money out there that's putting risk on in this market. There's institutions out there putting risk on in this market. The VIX is telling you that it's being repriced for higher highs. If the VIX is going to tell you anything, when you start trading, when we're going through quarter by quarter saying, hey, we buy the market at 20 and we sell it at 30, and then it becomes we buy the market at 15 and sell it at 25, it's telling you to expect lower volatility. If you're a retail trader out there, the VIX is a pretty good tool for you to use. You know, you don't have a lot of tools out there that are kind of predictive for you, right? If the VIX is running high, expect volatility. If the VIX is running low, don't expect a more supportive market. And now, even though this is kind of bearish here, right? Just in a daily, this is SPX, right? Even though this is kind of bearish here, it's not saying right now that it's today. Does that make sense? Even if we get a roll over here, it's not saying that it's today. You can expect more upside into these institutions trying to get the high print into the beginning of the month and at least let some of these reports take place. You're talking about the Dow Jones Industrial Average has a bunch of reports. The IWM's got a bunch of reports in it. We have a big week this week, but don't forget that we're not done here. I think the key here is we're not done here. Now, does that mean you shouldn't buy some puts up here that expire in late May or in June or something like that? That's fine. Just the idea that the top is in right now hasn't been disproven. We're also going to look at the NBI over here and previous examples of the NBI. This NBI has zigzag channels on it. And shocker, right? Trend has not been broken to the upside. Going all the way back to October, it has not been broken. It has not broken here. Dip was bought here. Dip was bought right here. And there was another dip bought right here. And even if the dip gets bought down here at 4,000, believe it or not, that low, 4,000, trend is still to the upside. 4,000 right now. We could have a moment of weakness today. We could have like the worst week of reports this week and go down to 4,000 and maintain trend. And seeing this right here, if you watch this market breadth indicator here, if you watch this little white line right in here, right? I'll show you an example right now of where we went higher. See this little white line right here? See that little bad boy right there? See that one right there? I can show you another one right there. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. And this will show you how we continued to grind higher. Okay, so it's nothing for us to grind higher into the beginning of May. Even if we were to bleed off into the next week, we could still go higher again into May and grind this out. Remember that March and April are the two best months, best returns of the year, period. And if you have all this volume coming into the market, maybe I'll put a volume bar up here. So let me close this real quick. I'll put some volume bars up. We do volume bars? I don't know. Hold on a second here. Hold on one second here. Is that going to work? Volume bars. I don't know. It's not coming up for me with these zigzag channels. Anyways, you get my point on that, right? That we can easily go higher here. Now, with all of that said, right? With all of that said on this chart here, what I also want to show you is the VIX. Now, this is for the bulls here, okay? We had a new low down here at 1614. 1411 I've talked about last week. 1475, these are some previous lows. And someone said, hey, these are lows seen, I think, last January or November now, something like that. The more comparable thing to look at here is March, April of 2021. And you can actually see on the downside here, this daily trigger on the VIX is actually pushing it lower. And until we break above that daily, and that means the hourly comes up, the 1 minute, the 5 minute breaks above. Until that happens, let me see if I can delete some of this stuff. You can see it here. We use this for real intraday stuff. So this is the VIX right here. Until the VIX can break above, because VIX trend right now, believe it or not, is down. So until price on the VIX until the hourly can break above the daily and price on, well, that's kind of ugly. until price on the VIX can break above both of these, there is no panic for a bull. There's no panic unless you see this on the VIX and you start to break above. You need the VIX above, like, I don't know, like 1840, 1820, something like that. And until you see that, I guess maybe some of you guys don't have this at home. I'm trying to get this to you like this week if I possibly can, this week or next week. But until you see something like that take place, volatility is fucking dead. And even then, volatility needs to get up here and then defend it to go higher. Even then, only then are you going to see a break of trend in the S&P 500. So when you start like shot calling shit like that at moments of weakness, your moment of weakness does not present itself until it breaks above the daily, successfully defends it, and begins to make its way higher. And if anything, this is the place with the big short, I guess, if you're that bearish. Right there. There it is. Right there for you. It's right there for you. Do your puts account for a squeeze higher? I'm going to assume that most of you are like, yeah, I bought a bunch of puts and then I closed them out yesterday, or I bought them this morning and I closed them out this afternoon. Otherwise, can your puts handle a trip to 428.55? And if not puts, but I guess if you're short here, is your point going to be that your broker's going to do this for you, and then eventually they print and you're perfectly going to close them, and you're not going to be calling for a crash down here, and you know that we're going up to 45, 4,600 up here in July. You know that we're going up there because that's what it's saying. That's where it's saying we're going right now. I'll show it to you right here. Watch my cursor, baby. There it is right there, right? You see it? You see it right there? I'll show it to you. It's right there. Right? And you're like, oh, yeah, it's going to be terrible. Boom, retest, slam higher, come back down, baby, slam higher, and then ripping faces into middle of summertime. So until you break this trend here, the trend is up. Trend has been up. Trend has not been down. And I know a lot of you guys are getting really like scared and bearish out there. You're all freaked out. So what does that mean for you if you're what does that mean for you? Look at this, we're coming into this close right now. What does that mean for you? It's looking kind of fucking bullish to me, isn't it? Looking a little bullish in this close right now. All that consolidation and coiling, and you're like betting the farm on a crash, I guess. Something like that, but you still haven't broken trend. Makes sense? So even if if anything, if you have weakness in tech down here, just another opportunity to buy tech in the summertime over here. See if I can bring up some volume bars somewhere. Man, just look at that right there. Just look at how sexy that is right there. And you're claiming that people aren't buying this shit. This is March 13th. They bought it here, they bought it there, they bought it there, they bought it there. Right? They bought all this shit in here. They bought all this shit. Right? And they're likely going to come back and buy all this shit again. You can actually see where they did it again back in here. They just bought it. They bought it relentlessly down here. They bought it relentlessly down here. And they bought it relentlessly down here as well. They didn't buy this right here so that they could sell it right here down to the depths of hell. It's not why this is not retail. That's not retail right there. And it wasn't just for one pump. It was for that nice summertime run into the fall and the end of the year. It's not retailers. Apologize if you think that's retailers. It's not. And so this is down here at 380. Yeah, I loved here. I saw this weekend someone was like, it's the great short down here. And I'm like, okay, what's the great short? And they literally labeled 380, and I was like, fucking, like, this is a disaster. I'm like, when you're a bear and you have to call the great short to 380, I'm like, okay. I thought it was 360. I thought it was 3,200, and I thought it was 3,000. I thought it was 2,800. I thought it was all these things. And it's just like it's like a renegotiation of what the what the bear take is here. How are y'all doing out there? So just like temper your expectations here. If you want to get bearish into May, I agree with that. Here it is again. I agree with getting bearish into May. I don't think that's a bad call. I think we've nonstop said this into the past few weeks is that you're going to see some weakness into May, possibly even in June. I talked to you earlier about the potential the volatile moments that we have ahead of us. I talked to you about the Ukraine and Russian war, right? I said you might have a mass casualty event. So you got the debt ceiling to look forward to. I know we've got a Fed meeting coming up and one more. We got some vol from that, right? Okay, even if we do from a Fed rate increase, right? It's likely still going to get bought and squeezed higher. Okay, so just pay attention to this stuff. Know that there's bigger money than yours that wants to get paid into the beginning of the month. Make sure that you're positioned. I'll try to have the stream up tomorrow at 9:30, but I can't do it while I'm trying to work in the background. I've got a bunch of crap going on in the background, so I can't be here. Remember, some of you guys remember this, some of you guys don't. I asked you guys, do you guys want me off during OPEX week? And you said no. And I said, or you said yes, and I said no. So I was here. So this week I'm off. But I know you want to have the stream up, so I'll try to get that stream up tomorrow if I can. I had problems this morning getting it up, so I'm gonna try to get it up. I have to buy some shit. I gotta buy some more fucking gear. I gotta buy some more computers and monitors and shit to make sure I can get it up for you tomorrow. Just be aware of this the next week, okay? Just like be patient if you're a bear. No, I'm not accepting 30 fucking points or 40 fucking points as the market crash. It's not unacceptable. And even then, just looking at this future here, right? Higher low, and just down in here, sometime this is June 9th. Just need to hold it up on June 9th, even if it goes down to June 9th. That's it. That's all you need, man. 420, yeah, and look what you got for July. 444, this is a SPX, 4447.75. Until this breaks, this algorithm is saying higher. Little blue pill help. I took you know what I did? I took a little blue pill. I did. And it fucked me all up. And I think I'm sick too. But whatever. I don't know. Maybe my body just knows that I'm taking the week to do this stuff. Except Miro. How's Miro doing well over there? They're all scared, right? They're all paying. They're all like, "Ah, shit, we're going to the end of the day. He's gonna put the pump on into the close." Okay, so just the next few days. Let's just look at the next few days, okay? If you're out there and you're watching this, next few days. I'm gonna SPY, okay? Oh man, it's so fucking bullish. So bullish. I hate talking about this stuff. This is a 1 minute chart right here. Okay. Seems kind of like the dips are being bought and the tops are being sold. Sell, sell, and sell, and sell, right? Outside of day trading, I'm going to be honest with you. Outside of day trading, the way is up into May 5th. So I'll try to be here tomorrow for you, but May 5th. That's what you short. You short like the first week. Short the first week of May. Not right now. Or I guess you could probably short tech. But the stonk market, kind of hard to do. Do I think you guys have a bunch of questions? Yeah, I took a rhino pill. I did. I took one the other day, and I was like, I fucked up. I chewed it. I was like walking around with a heart on for like 3 fucking days. It was terrible. Probably shouldn't be saying that. I'm supposed to be making this more family friendly or broadcast. It's looking kind of bullish, isn't it? It's kind of looking bullish. Not gonna lie. No, but Just be patient is my point here. I'm trying to get this tool out to you guys this week. If I can get it out to you this week, the reason I want to give it to you is because look at this right here. This even shows you on just on an intraday where you can buy. So you can rip there, right? This one down here shows you can rip it there, right? We're actually starting to get higher lows intraday, right? So you can rip it there. Higher lows intraday on the hourly at least. Rip it there. Even though the market's rolling over. So have patience. If you're a bear, you gotta have patience. I'm gonna warn you, man. If you're a fucking bear, you gotta have. I mean, I guess it's good for 30 points or something or 40 points, but the real risk isn't to a bull here. The real risk here is to a bear, getting their asses blasted. And this is bears can attest this, right? You have that one more ripping face up, violent move higher, and then that's the actual rollover in the market. And the way the JPM collar's showing it, it's this right here. It's right. This is it right here. This is your, I guess the JPM collar's kind of already burned itself, but they're gonna wait right until the 30th or the end of this month. It likely extends for a few more days. And that's where your real sell the market comes into play. And even then, the lows that you should be expecting, maybe 380. And a low somewhere down here, 380, something like that. And that's June, man. It's like May, June, end of May, end of June, stuff like that. With some kind of a relief, the bears will say this is a relief rally. We're going to the depths of hell. Then you're gonna come into the end of this quarter, and it's gonna rip some more faces off into the end of July. So and this is actually your next. I'm gonna assume when you see that next collar come out, it's gonna be the upside. So just be aware of that, okay? Unless something fundamentally changes, and don't forget, if we only have one more rate increase, and we have a pause in rates, but no cutting of rates. Market should keep going higher. I got these charts coming to you like this week or next week. I am fucking on it. I've been working on it in the background, and it's not. We keep pushing the time out, and I'm gonna try to send you guys a rough copy of it that you can start fucking around with. Yeah, I actually saved I'll try to post the conversation. Just nonstop, never ends, nonstop with the. It's not Foresight Finance either. It's just the drum beats of the media saying it's crash time. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, if you want to start to see a crash coming, I've got some other charts. I don't know if I can show them to you here or not. Let me look. I'll show you something else. I got some other shit to show you. Hang tight here for a second. Let me see if I can show you this. Let me see if this will show you. I mean, this is a disaster. I mean, this is the S&P 500 ratio. I got stuff that can show you all day long. It's a forward PE ratio right here for the S&P 500. You can see this going back to I don't know if you can see all the ticks in here. It's way down here. I actually see it way here. I don't know if you can see it here. This one right here. And that one right there. And they came right back in February of 2022. And they bought this shit again. They bought it again. Nothing says, it's just going to roll down now and we're going to have more crash. These are the old timers from the 1970s. These are the old guys that say PE ratios are too high. Yeah, they bought it. They bought this one. I got another one to show you here. Hold on. This is a better one. This is a crash predictor, believe it or not. So I'll show you this one right here. This is a crash predictor. The big scary here is the accumulation distribution underneath the surface, and you can actually see on higher time frames. You can see the accumulation and the topping here. If you want to just look right here where this starts to happen here, and you can actually see the accumulation down here and the topping pattern that took place, the eventual rollover. Same thing over here. The accumulation, right? Irrational grinding higher here. And you can actually see it to some extent here, not as good, but these are the better ones. And you can actually see that we had this nice bottom down here. Nice bottom down here. And you can actually see the bottoming down here. And a new accumulation taking place to the upside. We're not at this point where we're on a high up here anymore, and we're starting to break down over here. Do you see that? And you're not seeing that high over here yet, and then a breaking down over here. And if anything, we know that this can stay irrational the entire year. You can actually see, too, in previous examples of us being on a bullish side, even on this one here, just the width of them. See the width of them here? Just the width of them. A little bit more left to go, right? And even if we have that summer dearth, everything down here is saying the move is up. So this chart right here does predict when we're in supremely overbought conditions and price is higher and they're selling out the market. I saw some of that news this past week. People saying, "Oh yeah, price is up here, but behind the curtains, we're losing a breadth in the market." I'm like, no, we're not. And if you look on previous examples of this, the only other time where we didn't see this was up here. We kind of saw it over here, but this crash was unseen by a lot in the market. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that stuff for today and tomorrow. I'm going to talk about before the end of the day here. We'll just look at that nice squeeze up in the bell. Shocker. Trading 413 right now on market crash week, past 5 sessions. Not seeing it. As a matter of fact, there is a bullish cross, just so you can see it. There's a 15-minute chart. Here's a bullish cross right here. Here's your bullish cross on a 15-minute chart. And your price target on May 5th remains 420, or at least somewhere in something insane like that. Higher highs into May 5th. So keep buying these dips down below. You already know where demand is. It's right here, right? We know demand's right there. We know that the next layer of demand is down below, right? Where this trend began down below here. You just keep buying it into May, unless we get some really bad reports out there. Into May, this is your supply, your demand zone, and you just keep relentlessly buying these bottoms down here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I will be here tomorrow for at least the morning. I'm gonna try. I have to go out and buy. I have to go to Micro Center and buy a bunch of crap so that you guys can at least have your stream, and I can't work without the computing power that I need. Yeah. So doesn't I want to see what FRC is doing right now because I own FRC. They haven't even checked. Oh fuck yeah. Okay. I'll just be quiet. Anyways, just down here, right? Till trend breaks, we break the daily trigger. All dips are being bought. All of them. All dips are being bought. I assure you of it. So I'm looking for something. I'm looking for that bear case, like the options market. You know, all those calls are going to expire, and it's just going to be a bloodbath. Sentiment has changed, and you know, it's just a bunch of retailers shorting and buying puts. That's all it is. Big money ain't doing that. So until we see that happen, you're not getting your crash. Yeah, I mean, these are good. I mean, for bears, this was good down here. I got it. You got it. You got that. You got that. I get it. But there was still a rip higher here. There was still a rip higher here. This isn't the shit bears are looking for. We know what bears are looking for. Like one down day here, follow through, chase the hole, follow through, chase the hole, start breaking 407. We know that this is what the call was, and this did not happen. Now, I said higher than 416. We didn't get that either. But at the same time, this grind is still higher. It's not showing itself as lower at this point. There's nothing saying that at this point. If you're a bear and you're looking for something to short, it's hard here. It's not hard. I mean, let's look at cash. Let's look at outside of cash market, right? So it's a trade for outside of cash market, right? It's a 15-minute chart, right? Trade for outside of cash market here. It's been a real challenge. Another one outside of cash market. Selling futures, right? And cash market is being bought. That's indicative of a bull market, not only bull market, but positive gamma. Selling futures, buying cash. Selling futures, buying cash market. Okay, I gotta go. But 9:30 tomorrow morning, I'm heading out right now. I'm gonna try to get some of this hardware and stuff like that, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. It's important for you to see that algorithm. It's important for you guys out there to see. I want you guys to take a snapshot of that. And until this yellow line right here is broken, there's actually a better yellow. I'll get you a better yellow. I've got a better yellow line than this. But until this stuff is broken, these dips are expected to be bought into July. And May 5th, you guys got to remember that, okay? May 5th. That's targeting 428.838. We may not get exactly there, but it is targeting 430, man, in SPX. And that is where the collar is, right? I think that's where the top of the collar is for first week of May. So I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for showing up. Whoever showed up, I can't believe a lot of you showed up. I didn't even post this, I don't think.